part 3 of my week in wrestling video for the week of September 6th. Thought I'd talk about what happened on the independent scene with Shimmer and Ring of Honor this weekend. They both had huge weekends. Shimmer taped 4 volumes coming up on DVD over the course of the rest of the year. And Ring of Honor had Glory by Honor 9, an iPay-per-view. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to Chicago and watch the Shimmer event, so I want to thank the people over at Diva Dirt for providing the world with the results to those shows, and Wikipedia, where I was able to get some of the results as well. And Glory by Honor 9 I was able to get off of numerous websites, so thanks to Pro Wrestling Insider, Wikipedia, and a few others for their help in providing the results to everybody so we can talk about what happened. First off, I'll start with Shimmer Volume 33, just the highlights that I saw from the card there. Serena Deeb returned. Serena obviously kicked out of Straight Edge Society and kicked out of the WWE. She actually went straight back to Shimmer, and I love that. I love that Shimmer basically got their first coup in wrestling, really, picking up Serena Deeb. She beats Kelly Skater in a match, so I'm sure that'll be a pretty good match. Certainly really excited to see Deeb back on the independent scene. The Asian influx in Shimmer very strong in Volume 33. They won 3 separate matches. One of those, Hamada, who is pretty big in TNA right now, on their currently a women's tag champ right now. Yeah, they still have tag champs. So Hamada picked up a victory, but the Asian influx very strong in Volume 33. The main event saw Madison Eagles defend the title by defeating cheerleader Melissa in a match that I'm definitely excited about seeing. Volume 34 was taped right after that. No Ariel in Volume 34. She was in Volume 33. Nikki Rocks was not on Volume 33, but is in Volume 34. Nikki Rocks picked up a victory over Misaki Ohara. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but should be a pretty good match. I love Nikki Rocks. She has a very unique style. She tends to blend well with other wrestlers, so should be pretty good. Daphne defeated Nevaeh. Nevaeh lost on both volumes, 33 and 34. Tennille, who's looking fantastic these days, she defeated Daisy Hayes in what I'm sure is a really good match. Can't wait to see that one. Volume 34 is definitely something I'm going to be picking up. Probably Volume 33 just to see Serena Deeb. Then the Canadian Ninjas defeated Rachel and Jessica's tag team, I forget what their name is now, to retain the Shimmer tag titles. That should be a pretty decent match. I don't know how I feel about Jessica James yet in the ring. Rachel Summerlin has apparently improved greatly, so that should be good to see. Jessie McKay won a 3-way match against Ayako Hamada, that's Hamada, duh, and Sarah Del Rey in a 3-way, so that should be a pretty good match. Sarah Del Rey's been booked rather unusually on the Shimmer cards lately. Almost probably using up her overness more than keeping her in title contention, and I guess I'm okay with that. Really looking forward to see how her matches played out over the weekend once they finally start hitting DVD. In the main event on 34, Madison Eagles defended against Yumi Kurihara. That match could go in either way. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Japanese and Asian influx yet. I haven't seen enough of their matches to really feel that out yet, but I'm sure it's not bad. But definitely Volume 34 is something I will be buying. Ring of Honor Glory by Honor 9 was Saturday night. Kenny King knocked out Jay Briscoe, then Mark Briscoe knocked out Rhett Titus, so obviously a tag team feud there with those teams splitting up for singles matches and splitting the difference. Eric Stevens and Necro Butcher won one for the Embassy, taking out Grizzly Redwood and Balls Mahoney. That should be a pretty entertaining match, and I don't really care for Necro Butcher, and I laugh at Balls Mahoney, but Grizzly Redwood's kind of annoying, so I don't know how I feel about that one. But El Generico and Colt Cabana actually defeated Kevin Steen and Steve Corino in a double chain match. That should be an amazing match. And probably very violent, so I should enjoy that. Eddie Edwards defended the TV title successfully against Sean Daivari. Probably not the best match in the world. I don't really care for Daivari's work in ROH so far, but Eddie Edwards, anytime I get to see him wrestle more, certainly looking forward to seeing more of him, especially as they seem to be splitting him from Davey Richards and maybe moving Richards into the title picture more often. Christopher Daniels knocked off Austin Aries in what is probably a throwback to the 2005 Ring of Honor era, so that can't go wrong. I'm sure that was a great match. The Kings of Wrestling knocked off Benjamin and Haas in a 20-minute bout that probably tore down the roof. Can't wait to see that one once that one hits DVD. And then Roderick Strong won the ROH title from Tyler Black, the end of the Tyler Black era, as Tyler Black's going to be moving on to WWE. Rightfully so. It was Black's time to move up, and I was bored with him as the ROH champion. So Roderick Strong begins a new era, only to be met by Homicide at the end of this pay-per-view. Thanks to X for letting me know about that one. Homicide actually came back at the end of this pay-per-view. I think that's amazing for Ring of Honor. They're bringing back the talent that they groomed. That talent went elsewhere, found out that the wrestling world isn't very nice to them. So hopefully they'll be getting Jimmy Yang back into the fold eventually, and I'd love to see Jay Lethal get cut by TNA so they can bring him back in too, because quite frankly, they're better off in a Ring of Honor anyway. They're more over in the wrestling world and more respected for their work in Ring of Honor. So I'm hoping those guys come back too, but really happy to see Homicide back. Homicide versus Roderick Strong should be phenomenal. And I love to see, I will love to see how Jim Cornette treats Homicide, considering their checkered past in the storylines as well. And then today, Sunday, September 12th, Shimmer Volume 35 was taped. Daisy Hayes and Tomoka Nakagawa defeated Pretty Bitchin', which is Nikki Roxx and Ariel reuniting. I'm sure that was a pretty entertaining match. Portia Perez defeated Serena Deeb. That should be an awesome match, and I'm sure a dream match for my buddy X over there. Amazing Kong made her return. She knocked off Kelly Skater in her only match of the weekend. Hamada defeated Nicole Matthews, so a big weekend for Hamada, it seems like. They're really putting her over. She is very talented, so certainly nothing wrong with that. And then the former Australian tag team, Madison Eagles, defeated Jessie McKay to defend her title. So that should be a phenomenal match. By all accounts, apparently that was a very good match that tore down the house. So I will probably be buying Volume 35 as well. And then closing out the week, Volume 36 was taped as well. Mercedes Martinez knocked off Nikki Roxx to open the show. That should be really entertaining. Martinez is probably in line for a title shot coming up soon, so that should be good. The Canadian Ninjas defended their tag titles successfully against Tenille and Jessie McKay. Interesting tag pairing there with Tenille and McKay, but definitely both fan favorites, so I'm sure this match was very entertaining. Apparently, according to reports from Diva Dirt and 411 Mania, apparently they're sensing some dissension between the Canadian Ninjas, which could lead to a fantastic feud. I'm not sure who they would turn face and who they turn heel there, but that would be really entertaining. Rachel Summerlin knocked off Daphne in an I Quit match. Apparently there was bloodshed in this one. Daphne apparently cut a very spirited promo as well. Rachel Summerlin has apparently become a very good wrestler as of late, so really looking forward to that one, actually. They've had a little bit of a feud over the last few volumes anyway, so that match should be very entertaining. And then it was an 8-chick feud to close out the show, 4-on-4, as Ayumi Kurihara, cheerleader Miss Melissa Hamada, and Serena Deeb defeated Daisy Hayes, Madison Eagles, Sarah Del Rey, and Tomoka Nakagawa. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, but yeah. So that match closed out the show. Looks like the Shimmer card looked really strong on Saturday and Sunday, so very excited to see those finally hit DVD when they do. Love what Ring of Honor is doing right now, bringing back in some of their older talent. Homicide should add a very interesting element to the world title picture, and something that their shows need greatly, and that's an element of surprise and unpredictability that Homicide brought with him every time he appeared. So really looking forward to that, really looking forward to Shimmer. Obviously, we're closing in on Night of Champions in the WWE. Impact is going to be returning to television. Ring of Honor returns to television this week. So big week of wrestling coming up ahead of us here, and really looking forward to doing another review next week, and hopefully doing a lot better, because I'll be able to actually talk and think straight and maybe be somewhat entertaining. So hope to see everybody next week. I'll hopefully try to do this in video form once again.